Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. Are you hearing the loud, fast-paced honking of taxis right outside your window? Or are you waking up to the deep, peaceful quiet of a village sunrise with nothing but the sound of roosters? This image shows a classic city scene. Every year, thousands move to urban centers looking for exactly this kind of energy. They want access to better hospitals, highly rated schools, and a wide variety of job opportunities found in a busy environment. But looking at this photograph of a rural landscape, you can see a very different kind of appeal. Away from the traffic, you get incredibly fresh air, affordable, freshly harvested food, and deep, lifelong relationships with your neighbors. Deciding between these two lifestyles is a choice many of us will face. And when you decide whether to pack up for the city or build your life in the village, you are going to have to justify that choice to your family and friends. A strong opinion is a start, but winning people over requires a specific way of organizing your thoughts so that your audience can follow your logic from start to finish. Every persuasive argument is built on evidence. When we talk about where to live, our best evidence comes from the past, the real-life stories of people who have already moved and settled. This diagram shows how we talk about past events. Most action words follow a pattern. To describe something that happened, simply add an ed. So move becomes moved. But some words refuse the pattern. Instead, their spelling changes completely into something you must learn by heart. For example, if someone traveled to the city yesterday, they didn't go it, they went. If they purchased land, they didn't buy it, they bought it. And if they took a taxi, they didn't catch it, they caught the taxi to Kampala. Using these past tense words correctly makes you sound more credible. It shows your audience that your evidence is based on clear, well-described experiences. This table compares urban and rural life side by side. Using words like while lets you bridge these facts, acknowledging one benefit while emphasizing your choice. To directly compare, use words like faster. Finally, guide your listener using if and then cause and effect statements. By combining these bridges, measurements, and paths of logic, you take a list of facts and transform them into a structured, persuasive argument. A great argument doesn't just look at the past or present. It concludes by telling the audience what you plan to do in the future. There are different ways to talk about the future depending on how certain you are. We often use the word will when we are making a sudden decision or a promise that doesn't have a specific plan behind it yet. It's like saying, I think I will live in the city. But we use the phrase going to when we are talking about a plan we have already started to prepare for. This tells your audience that you've thought it through and are ready to take action. So saying, I will move to Kampala sounds like a dream you're still considering. But saying, I'm going to build a house in my village sounds like you've picked out the spot and started saving for materials. Selecting the right way to talk about the future sends a subtle signal to your listener about how committed you are to your plans. When you bring together the stories of the past, the comparisons of the present, and your clear plans for the future, you create an argument that is very hard to ignore. But the logic of your words only works if people can hear them clearly. This graphic shows how we physically shape sounds. For letters like F and V, your top teeth lightly touch your bottom lip. But for B and P, your lips start closed and then quickly pop open. Because our first languages influence how we speak, we have to practice these specific mouth positions to avoid confusion. You want to be sure your audience knows whether you are playing a game on the village field or praying for a good harvest. At this point, you have the building blocks of a great argument. You can describe the past, bridge your ideas together, project your future plans, and speak them all with clarity. Mastering these ways of speaking gives you the ability to express your dreams and defend your life choices. Whether you choose the lights of the city or the hills of the village, your voice will be heard clearly wherever you choose to live.